Good morning, 920 Miracles community on Facebook. I will not hurt myself again today. Wow. What's a great statement. Um, I have a question for you. If you saw someone ready to harm themselves physically right there in front of you in a serious way, would you do anything about it? I know the answer to that. Of course you would. Well, we're now going to ask ourselves that question. When I'm ready to hurt myself, am I going to do something about it? Let us this day accept forgiveness as our only function. Why should we attack our minds and give them images of pain? And then we end up teaching that they were powerless when God's holding out his power and his love and bids them take whatever's already there. See, this is the key. Already theirs. It is. It's in you. It's there. It's yours. The mind that is made willing to accept God's gift has been restored to spirit, extends its freedom and its joy, and is the will of God united with its own, knowing that God's will is my will is God's will. Because your will is, you know what your soul is crying for, love, significance, feeling of belonging. So the self which God created cannot sin. See those calls in your head for knowing that there's something more, that you're something bigger, that you're something better than whatever situation you're in, that you know you could do something, that you can succeed. That is the self that God created. That's what's calling out. And that self cannot sin and therefore cannot suffer. So if there's any suffering, that's the fake self. That's the made up self. That's the self we were programmed with. Let us choose today that he be our identity and thus escape forever from all things the dream of fear appears to offer us. We're going to escape from those dreams, those illusions. Your son cannot be hurt. You cannot be hurt. I cannot be hurt. If we think we suffer, we but fail. We but fail to know our one identity we share with you. We just forgot who our identity is. Anger is threatened value. I say the same thing. Frustration is threatened value. Sadness is threatened value. Depression is totally, totally threatened value. We would return to it today to be made free forever from all of our mistakes and to be saved from what we thought we were. Look at this, all these books of wisdom. Every single one of them speak to that very same thing. Look at this. This is incredible. There is therefore no condemnation for those in Christ Jesus. We honored the children of Adam. The wise man lets go of all results, whether good or bad, and is focused on the action alone. This way he attains peace, free from pain and suffering. Free, 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 free. Any pain, any suffering, it's because we don't remember who we are. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Hatred being what? Indifference. That's all hatred is being indifferent. When you're indifferent to yourself, indifferent to who you really are, the one your soul cries for all the time, then that's self-hatred. And hatred is not going to cease by hatred. One who recognizes the self and realizes the creator within does not suffer. Such a one has transcended sorrow and is free, transcended sorrow. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the sons of your own people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You see, bear a grudge against the sons of your own people. How about in our own household? If that's the case, it's threatened value again, not knowing who you are, you really are, the one that God made, not the one you made up, your belief system, your arrogance, you think that need to be right. No, that's not the one. That's what causes pain. And if men come unto me, I will show unto them their weakness. You see, folks, um, the Book of Mormon, it says that so well. I will show unto them their weakness. See, we think this is the lesson yesterday. We choose the second part to try to get to the first part, the second part being our ego. Instead of and trying to reach God, trying to reach purpose, trying to reach peace, and yet it's already there within us. My grace is sufficient for all men that humble themselves before me. See, we think humility is beating our chest or saying certain prayers or bobbing or being. It's not. The humble themselves means very simply recognizing who you really are. See, arrogance is thinking that I lack. That's arrogance. If you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. The master never seeks fulfillment, for only the one who is fulfilled can understand what is lacking. You see, we got to see the fulfillment in order to get, you know, to realize nothing's lacking. Let look not upon the creatures of the world with anger, for in every face you behold a sign of God's love and mercy. Wow. Look not upon the creatures of the world with anger. Anger, threaten value. Depression, threaten value. Sadness, threaten value. Not knowing who you truly are. Let, let us this day accept forgiveness as our only function. This is the lesson we're on today. Why should we attack our minds and give them images of pain? What anytime you feel anything that is not joyful and peaceful and purposeful, it is definitely we are attacking because we have an attack. We're on an attack of our own mind. To see what is right and do it and not do it is the lack of courage. Remember, courage is heart in Latin. That means you lack heart. That means that you're feeling that your heart, there's something wrong with it. Or because it's been so broken and so picked away at, now we gotta bring it back. Remember the soul ego chart here, heart, right? Is that the ego, the program self, when you think there's something missing, right? It's just an effect. And instead of we got to come over here and keep the cause of all things, the source. Okay, remember the soul is all about love, cooperation, forgiveness, and here is all about fear, competition, and judgments. This is where anger comes from, threat and value. This is where love comes from, your soul. What the real life, not the world and the unreal life that we've created for ourselves. That's the illusions of fear. He who is awake, compassionate, and without attachment does not harm others or himself, but lives in peace. Um, this harmony, I love this. Emphasize purity and harmony with nature. This book is all about nature. This harmony, whether with others or oneself, is seen as a purity that can be cleansed through the acts of reflection and renewal. Og Mandino, scroll number 2. I just reached November in the 920 Mastermind, the one for social entrepreneurs and business people, and 920 Society Mastermind. Our project in November are the 10 scrolls. And we're on scroll 2 in November. I wake up as I'm in that stupor, and then the mind will just start chattering. Oh, the day. I listen to this scroll. I will begin this day with love in my heart. And this is where this is from. I will love the self within and banish thoughts that do not honor who I am becoming. That's the emphasis, who I am becoming. Good thoughts, good words, and good deeds will bring light to the soul. Harm no one, and you harm not yourself. In perfect love and perfect trust, walk the path that harms none, including yourself. What you send out will return to you threefold. See, if I send out a negative thought to myself, it just multiplies, multiplies, multiplies. Send a good thought to myself, multiplies, multiplies, multiplies. In perfect love. There's a verse in the scriptures that says, perfect love casts out all fear. So where's the perfect love found? And that is right within you, inside yourself. I have not done harm to man, nor have I done harm to myself. I have caused no pain. When you carry anger, it burns within you. Let it go, and you will find peace as the Creator intended. See, anger is threatened value, right? And that's where the hate being indifference, that's self-hate. Anger is self-hate, not knowing who you really are, giving credit for who you really are. And the one God created, not the one we created, our programming created, our belief systems created for us. The heart that gives is the heart that grows. For harm to another is harm to oneself. The Maker's light shines on those who live in harmony. Be in harmony with yourself, because if you're not in harmony with yourself, you're not going to be in harmony with anyone else. Take care of self. All else is taken care of. Thanks for stopping by today. Bye bye.